It's been another giant year for the game of sevens and for the HSBC Sevens World Series. With the Olympics fast approaching, record numbers have watched the action, and the 9 rounds have simply flown by.
Well, the 2012-13 Sevens World Series has been phenomenal. It just keeps growing. If you look at attendances, they've gone up massively this year. Records have been broken in terms of number of tries scored. We've had a lot of different cup winners. The series for me has just shown phenomenal growth. It just keeps getting better. It goes from strength to strength.
It all began in the Gold Coast in October 2012. Springtime in Australia, the captains lined up for the start of the new season. Skill Park hosting round 1 and new core team Spain making an instant impression. A first ever win against England to take the bowl, but with core team status only guaranteed for the top 12 come the final round, there was a long, hard season ahead. It had been all change for Kenya in pre-season. Mike Friday now at the helm, and in the very first match of the season, they drew with his former team, England. Kenya's best efforts in vain, though. New Zealand too good in the semis. Tim Mickelson showing strong early season form. And the decider was a repeat of the cup final a year before. Fiji's 7 debutants looking every inch to the manor ball.
3-2, wide out, Raitini's in the corner. Will there be one more yet? And this is Eli today. From the bounce, it's control. Oh, it's a kind bounce and it's a try to wrap it up in style. Absolutely brilliant.
Please put your hands together for our 2012 Gold Coast Sevens FIFA Pitch Cup champions, Fiji!
Dubai, the setting for round 2. The desert sands once again the unlikely backdrop. And having taken the first cup of the season on the Gold Coast with a host of new faces, it was all change again for Fiji. So, would the tactic work? France tested their mettle as early as the cup quarter-finals.
Not the best pass. Made Alba-Adejo have to check. Better play, this is from France, I must say. Good play for Dalinia. Inside was Burahoa, 5 metres out, could be a try here. Gobele, he's got the strength and the length. This, with 15 seconds to go, could be a winner. Paul Alba-Adejo can win it here and get into the semi-final. It's very close, he's got it! Oh, that's a dream kick by Paul Alba-Adejo.
For New Zealand, there was a star man in Kurt Baker back in the mix.
He backs his speed, he backs the luck of the bounce. Has he got it? He has!
Baker back on song, but there was another South Sea Island roadblock standing between the All Black Sevens and the cup title. And this time it was Samoa, and one man in particular lifting their game to deny the men in black.
Paul Perez has scooped it from the kickoff. It's gone to Lolo. Swing to the left to Salisele. Curry hangs on. This is good for Samoa again because of with Perez. So we now say Samoa have won the HSBC Sevens World Series name in Dubai 2012-13.
2 rounds down, and next was the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium in Port Elizabeth, South Africa. The story of the tournament, France, who faced Argentina in the semis in a real battle of attrition.
We're inside the last minute, the second period of extra time. Thierry Burahoa to win the game for France. He's done it! And France are through to the final.
And in the cup final, the French ran out against, who else? The series leaders, New Zealand.
Vincent Denio. Quite a clever option, this one, it's all on the bounce. He's got it behind the post. Now that's exactly what France needed.
France ahead, but weary legs started to tell as New Zealand put their foot on the pedal.
Cleverly controlled by Mickelson. Has he kicked it too far? Oh, what a wonderful try for Kurt Baker. What a win. 4th time they have run in a row. In South Africa Sevens. That's a record.
To win Port Elizabeth was something magnificent for my side. And yeah, 3rd cup final. You know, we're disappointed to lose in Dubai and the Gold Coast, and going on to Port Elizabeth and winning that was fantastic for the side.
Round 4 and the series leaders turned hosts in their capital, Wellington. The harbourside city once again living up to its party billing. England had been off colour thus far in the series, not so here.
Now, England have to have a change of attitude here. They have to try to get the break again, and Turner's got it for them. Tharma is in defence. He's very quick, Turner. Tharma's very tenacious, and he can't catch him. England go back into the lead. Matt Turner. The 13th team on the table beats the #1 team on the table.
Once again, Fiji tinkered with their team selection, and where it paid dividends across the Tasman in Australia, here it backfired.
This is the first time ever in 113 tournaments that Fiji have played in that Fiji have failed to make it into a cup quarter-final.
Kenya's improvements had already carried them through to 2 cup semi-finals, and rising star Willie Ambaka's assault on South Africa helped them through another cup quarter-final. Next up, though, were the defending champion hosts.
Tharma. Well, there's Masarewa. He fumbled again, but he regained it. Lamb. Right, Curtis. Here is the winning for Kenya. Have they got the speed? Desperate defence. No, they haven't. It's Oscar Uma, and Kenya will play the final in Wellington 2013. Yo beauty, says Mike Friday.
One giant step for Kenya. Could they now make it 2 in only their 2nd ever cup final? 2 English coaches locking horns, and a rejuvenated England started well.
Now this is the inspiration, the catalyst, Matt Turner. And now Dan Norton, he's the greyhound, breaks through. What a start for England.
But the crowd favourites matched England score for score.
This is Willie Ambaka. Ambaka's got away. He's going to go behind the post. Willie Ambaka, he's been absolutely outstanding. Can you believe it? 19 points all. It's extra time. Now then, Dan Norton, Marcus Watson. Still, Kenya bring them down, but it's a try, and it's scored by Sam Edgley for England.
Well, that was a roller coaster. There was the highs, beating New Zealand in their backyard in extra time, turning over South Africa, and then nearly going so close and beating England in that final. Deserving it maybe, but unfortunately the sport's brutal. We're still in search for the Holy Grail, consistency of performance, but we're moving ever closer to becoming real contenders.
Hot off the back of Wellington, the entertainment capital of the USA hosted round 5. The bright lights of Las Vegas dazzling the teams, some dealing with the neon glow better than others. Kenya's form dipped from their heroics a week before, Canada knocking them out of cup contention. And after their cup crusade in Wellington, England also faltered.
They've got 2 men on the side. Away goes Duarte Moreira. Well, how critical is that? England, the winners of the cup final only last week, losing by 16 points.
The thing is, you know, you win a cup one weekend and the next you've got to be on your mettle even to get into the cup quarter-finals. It wasn't like that in the past. I think it's still hard to win your cup finals, but it's equally hard now getting through the group stages again to reach the latter stages the following week, and you've seen that with the results that's happened this year.
One player hitting the headlines this season, and especially in Vegas, was sensational sprint convert Carlin Isles. Blisteringly quick over 100 metres, he was now adding rugby skills to his repertoire.
Here comes Carlin, the sprinter. They're not going to catch the 36th fastest man in the United States. Down he goes for the count.
Victory against Spain, securing their place in the Cup quarter-finals. Elation then at their home tournament. The hosts met their match in Fiji, but in the semis, the Fijians were outdone by one of their own playing for New Zealand, David Raikuna, with a sudden death golden try. So, could anyone stop them? South Africa had been coming nicely to the boil with three playmakers in Cecil Africa, Branko Dupree and Paul Delport. Chris Drive finishing off one of many chances created by the key trio. And in this kind of mood, there would be no stopping the Blitzbokke.
Here's Branko Dupree again. Has he got away? Not quite. Just almost caught from Gilles Kaka. Now the race is with Dippenaar. Dippenaar's got away.
It's South Africa's cup-winning performance in Las Vegas.
So after 5 rounds, we already had 5 different winners. New Zealand out on their own, and there's all the best of the rest, including series qualifying plus the women's series after the break. This season also brought a massive first for the women's game, with Dubai hosting round 1 of the inaugural IRB Women's Sevens World Series. Having bolstered the talent reserves with their Go for Gold campaign, New Zealand hit the ground running.
Just about a minute and a half to go of this first half. This is Gold again. Inside, passes to Manuel. Links to Sarah Goss, the teenager. It's a real chance here now with Hohipa. Hohipa slips through. She's so elusive. Carla Hohipa from Waikato.
Southern Hemisphere rivals South Africa powerless to stop them in the Cup final. A comprehensive and historic victory. In 2013, the women's series headed to America, Houston playing host to round 2, and a full-strength England got their ambitions back on track.
Watmore, seen this before. Joanne starts to open up, got one to beat, gets Rozier spun around, and that's going to be another try for Joanne Watmore. If you're England, you love doing that.
A big win for England in this, a World Cup year. And round 3 took the players to China, Guangzhou the setting, and it was a familiar sight, with series leaders New Zealand back at their dangerous best to post their second Cup win of the season.
The ball worked out to McAllister on the wing. She puts the brakes on, steps inside again. A third sidestep. That's amazing work by McAllister. Aitunu on the ball now. Out to Ruby Tui on the other wing. She's got one to beat. She does that with ease. New Zealand back in control.
And the climax for the women's very first series was in Amsterdam, and it didn't disappoint. New Zealand again reaching the final, but meeting their match there in Canada. Jen Kish and the Lady Canucks fronting up, the captain crossing for 2 tries, and the Canadians leading for much of the game. But there was to be a sting in the tail, New Zealand's class shining through.
Great pace. Absolutely superb pace by Woodman here. She's going to go the whole way. This is going to give New Zealand the lead. Absolutely spectacular from Portia Woodman.
New Zealand's women finishing the season as they'd started it, victorious in Amsterdam to rubber stamp their success as the first ever IRB Women's Sevens World Series champions. That win taking them 14 points clear of their closest rivals, and the series will be back next season as the women's game continues to gather momentum. Back to the men's, and in the HSBC Sevens World Series, the next one was the big one, Hong Kong. In the cup competition, there was a pattern emerging, a hangover syndrome, with the winners of the previous cup struggling, and so it proved again.
Well, I think, coming back from Vegas as cup winners, we've gained some ground on New Zealand. And if you look back, heading into the Hong Kong tournament with a lot of hope and a lot of momentum, and then we didn't even make it to the cup quarter final again. And I think the consistency is so important, if you want to be a contender to win the series.
While South Africa's form dipped, Fiji were back on song in their favourite stomping ground. Yasser Varamalua's tries helping them recover in the second half and seal the win over title rivals New Zealand in the semis. There was also inspiration for Fiji off the field, the brightest of all their 7 stars, fittingly recognised in Hong Kong. Waisale Serevi joining the IRB Hall of Fame. And the Fijians would face an unfamiliar foe in Wales through to their first ever World Series Cup final. And they quickly found their feet on the biggest stage of all.
Oh, beautiful little dummy. And carving away, it'll be the first try. That's absolutely what Wales needed with that wonderful work by the 20-year-old Corey Allen.
The Welsh racing to a 3-try lead thanks to another for Allen and then a neat finish by Alex Webber. But with the introduction of super sub Osei Kolinisau, the game started to turn back the way of Fiji.
Mulevuro. And looking to probe the middle. They've got great runners in depth. Kolinisau. Look at this. What has he been since he came on? Absolutely brilliant. Look at this for Fiji 2013.
Tokyo's hustle and bustle was the next destination, the short hop from Hong Kong to Japan. And even in cold conditions, New Zealand's relentless consistency held firm. A 7th straight semi-final fought and won against Australia. One of the new finds, Belgium Tuatangaloa, helping them through to another final. And another final against South Africa. The Blitzbokker got the better of them in Las Vegas, but fell behind in Tokyo, only to turn things around again in the second half.
Cornel Hendricks, he takes them all. That's a beautiful one to set that one. What a little pass, that was beautifully done.
But put that down to Hendricks, that is class out of the top draw. Fantastic start for South Africa in the second half.
Flicked out of the back of the hand, brilliant.
You're on the ground too, gotta let go.
Real chance now to clinch it here with 1 minute to go. Cornel Hendricks, will he drive himself? He will, I thought he might. And he gets the try that gives South Africa the title. The Springboks, the champions here in Tokyo. And a wonderful final.
The series landed for its penultimate act in Glasgow, and it was a nervy weekend. With relegation a feature for the first time, the USA needed to outperform host Scotland to avoid relegation. A win or a draw against France would be enough.
Oh, it's a lovely dummy, and he's under the goalpost.
Joy for the USA, their performance is securing that prized core team status next year. In the Cup, the usual suspects were hitting the high notes, and New Zealand took on Argentina in the quarterfinals, 1 win away from securing an amazing 11th series title.
Rocky Khan finds his captain, Tim Mickelson, cuts back inside, and it's deserving and fitting that it is Tim Mickelson, the stand-in captain, who gets the try, the icing on the cake for Gordon Tietjens' team. They are the HSBC Sevens World Series champions yet again in 2012-2013.
Muted celebrations, the champagne on ice, still work to do, business as usual for New Zealand, and against South Africa in the final. First against second in the series.
Dry again,
to Delport. Possession, of course, and perhaps the early try is a big boot. Here's Sinatla. Oh, look at that, he's done it again. The man has been brilliant today. This 20-year-old with his 6th try, and what a start. Now into Sneyman. Taking 3 defenders at the time. They must score, surely. Hendricks, does he get there? Yes, I think so. He's got it. What a wonderful final we've seen here. And the trophy goes to the captain of South Africa, Frankie Horn.
And so to London, Twickenham hosting a fitting climax with a new world record crowd for Sevens on day one, just shy of 72,000. A thrilling subplot was the Last Chance Saloon, 8 countries going head-to-head for their series lives next season, only 3 core team places available. And in the first of the semi-finals, Portugal scored the opener, but their Iberian neighbours Spain hit back. And Carlos Blanco's late try guaranteed Spain top-flight status next season. Scotland were the other team bidding to win back their place on the series, and they faced the Bears of Russia. Impressive forward Michael Fido twice finished off some patient Scottish build-up, and it was huge relief for Scotland, their core team status alive and kicking. So the final qualifying place would go down to the wire. Would it be Russia? Would it be Portugal? Victor Gresev put the Rugby World Cup Sevens hosts in the driving seat, but the Lobos pulled one back to put the game on a knife edge.
Now then, here's a chance. Portugal come again through Duarte Moreira. Very annoyed at half-time that he didn't get the pass. Now then, yeah, double movement was it? No. Portugal gonna get the ball down, I think they have. Over the try line, Pedro Betancourt. And it's ecstasy, certainly for Portugal, the agony for Russia.
I'm already a little bit tired because it's like it's been a roller coaster of emotions all year. But at the end, coming here and perform like this and achieve the qualifying, I think we will feel very pleased with our season.
In the Cup, there was a remarkable landmark for one of the true warriors of the Sevens game, Big Frankie Horn running out for his 50th World Series tournament in a row. Jamba Lengo's score making it a happy memory for Horn in a low-scoring win over Australia. But Australia's form would improve, and on day 2 they met the home favourites England in the semis, returning captain Ed Jenkins setting the tone from the off.
Put in by Holland. Now for Alabao. Oh, he's cut through the middle, under the post.
Another low-scoring physical match settled when Peter Schuster profited from Lewis Holland's 2020 vision. England defeated and deflated the Aussies on a high. And Australia would go through to meet who else but series champions New Zealand in the last cup final of the season. The Kiwis hungry to add yet more silverware to their bulging trophy cabinet. Veteran Lotte Raikkonen adding to his growing try tally, 101 not out for him to help the All Black Sevens finish the season off in style.
And this is Raikkonen who was terrific earlier in the tournament. Away now, Lammert. And look at it. It's Mikkelsen. He's gone away once again.
A second cup title for Gordon Titchens and New Zealand to add to their victory this season in South Africa. Champions of London then for the first time since 2007.
Yeah, great to win the tournament. Yeah, it's an awesome feeling, really. You know, we've been in our 7th final out of 9 tournaments, and to cap it off with the World Series, tremendous. It's been a pretty tough couple of weeks, and to finish like we have, it's a great feeling.
The HSBC Sevens World Series trophy, also New Zealand's to take home for an incredible 11th time. 9 out of 9 Cup semi-finals reached, 7 finals, 2 titles to put them 41 points clear of nearest rival South Africa. A job very well done. Will anyone rise to the challenge next season? Find out on IRB Sevens World. We're back in October.